Hey, good morning and welcome back to Do Epic She. For those of you new to the channel, please look at the top corner there for the link to an introduction to who I am. For those of you returning, thank you very much, and I love your support. I'm here in Akyaka, Turkey. We're down at the southwestern corner of the country on the Mediterranean, which is known as the Turkish Riviera part of it. This is supposed to be a gem, a secret. Shh, don't tell nobody. Okay, so I talked to these people briefly getting off the bus a couple of days ago, and they mentioned that there's the campgrounds and the forest just maybe a 10-minute walk that way. So join me as we check out some of the campgrounds. Okay, I'm walking my way around the edge of Akyaka Beach to get to some natural forests, heavily shaded, and where the campgrounds are. You're finding the water still here is not very deep, maybe close to 5 feet, 6 feet, maybe. I might jump off of here later on. I'm going to see how it looks over here. So that's the trail I'm going to take all the way around, I think. I'm going to take it all the way around the edge and hit up over there. This might be the best place to be if you can jump in and not worry about any kind of depth problems, because all the way back here, all that beach over there is all way too shallow. You got to walk out about 100 meters before you get to any kind of deep water where you can actually swim or snorkel or whatever. So I think I'm going to come back here and jump in on my way back when it's around noon. It's Monday, so it's not nearly so crowded, and I'm looking forward to enjoying. So far, the trek to the campsites have been pretty well paved and orderly. There's a bunch of these signs here in red. I believe they say no open fires. I don't know if you can camp here. This might be overflow camping. Over my left shoulder, over that green sign, there's maybe I can see 20 tents over there, and that sign in green must be the camping office. Let's go check things out. Plenty of designated areas to camp. Bring the whole family here, a couple families in one plot. These people here rocked up on their motorcycle. You see that quite a bit in Europe. I don't know if I zigged when I should have zagged. I knew I should have taken a left at Albuquerque. But I'm going down this path. I might be on private property. I don't know. But as my nephew says, ask for forgiveness instead of permission. I love him. He's so great. But there is a trail that is well paved in stone down to the water, it looks like. So it must be public access, which again, I love about this country, Turkey, where many places to the water have access for anybody to carry their kayak or canoe right down to the water, get out and jump in. I have my Kenyan wrap again, so I might change my shorts. I thought I was going to be hiking much longer, like an hour or so, before I wanted to go in. I've already wanted to jump in at least 3 times. So I'm going to switch to my shorts and find some water and go for a swim. This is how many people are here at this dock. A couple of places to climb up. So I'm heading in. Well, it's not nearly as deep as I'd like it to be here. I think I'm going to go in for my first swim here and then go back to where those boys were jumping off. This looks to be maybe 3 feet deep, um, but there is a ladder to come out. So even if the rocks are slippery, I should be in pretty good shape. Pretty, 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 pretty. What I really like about this Quechua bag, I bought it because it's got an easy access in the bottom. Here you're supposed to put like an ice pack and have cold stuff there. I've never used it that way, but I'm loving that I can have easy access to this. I always keep my toilet paper, touchy dusty toilet paper here. As a Boy Scout, I'm always traveling with a flashlight, water, something to read, toilet paper, a pen, and usually a book. But I haven't had a book in about 3 months. I gave them all away in Croatia. Actually, that's more like 7 months ago. So, again, another great use of the Kikoi Kenyan wrap so that I can switch into my shorts. I probably should have done this up top when there were 3 or 4 bathrooms, but here you go. So while it's not very deep right there, I misjudged it. It's quite deep here. There are some huge rocks jutting up from the ground that you just have to avoid those. But you see the visibility right there in the background. You can see exactly where you need to jump in. I think it goes down maybe 10, 11 feet. And surprisingly, it gets really, really cold in certain pockets, right where there's the biggest pieces of rock, which is interesting. Nice, cooling, refreshing swim this morning. Just sat for a bit and did some meditation, and I was coming out of it, and I saw these dolphins over near where that boat is back there. So special. I was thinking about talking with a good friend of mine, and he was saying how this person was saying how one of his kids was going through some issues. And it brought to mind Brené Brown on the Russell Brand show, Under the Skin. I'll put the link up here or there or somewhere. Under the Skin with Russell Brand about 2 years ago, he had Brené Brown on, and she was talking about how she got really judgmental with one of her friends at one point. And the deacon she was talking to, or the priest she was talking to, or whatever, he just looked at her and said, she's doing the best she can under their circumstances. And that's a philosophy I try to use to not be so judgmental and not to look at people differently or harshly, or I'm more critical of myself than anyone else. Obviously, as a teacher, you have to give constructive criticism and let people know how to improve on their skills in order to master them. I have offended people, and often it's with just my off-the-cuff attitude and my comments. Very often, my words hurt more than anything I've done. I hope I don't intend to harm anyone physically. I never have. I shouldn't say never have. Not as an adult. I have never have. You know, as a kid, you want to hurt your brother or your sister or whatever. That's kind of normal. Sibling rivalry. However, if I hurt anybody, or if I'm doing the best I can under the circumstances. I look at people I love, I look at people that I care deeply about, and people I don't know that well, and I sometimes just shrug it off as they're having a bad day, or I'm having a bad day. I need a pass. He's doing the best he can under the circumstances. they're doing the best they can under the circumstances. She's doing the best she can under the circumstances. I try to live by that motto. I try to think about that more often. And I hope it makes me a kinder person.